Hi, my name is Diana Grenros, and I'm going to talk about what kind of materials we have, what kind of patches and tapes we have to cover the customer's lower lashes. So here we have now a variety of patches. I'm right now living in Finland, so those are the materials what I have bought from here, from Finland or from Estonia, and then some of the tapes and some of the stuff I have bought years ago, also from abroad. But basically I buy the materials from here, which means this, that if you have some kind of very interesting patch existing somewhere which is totally different than mine, then feel free to share this information with me. I'm going to be very thankful. But anyway, we will just go through some of the materials, and in next video I'm going to show how to use those patches, but right now we will just talk about the material. So basically are those simple white ones. There is the difference just in the shape. They are like a little bit more wider or a little bit more thinner, and then they are all this kind of hydrogel based patches. You can nicely cover with those patches the lower lashes if you have practiced, but sometimes you can use also some other types of tapes or something additionally to cover the lower lashes. So those are the pretty simple ones, the white ones, and those are meant for those lashes which are a little bit like this kind of dark brown, black ones. Then it's like you see nicely the lashes. In case you don't see the lashes, it is okay to color the lashes up front as well. I mean to color them on the same day, on the spot. Do you charge extra from that? I don't know, it depends about your country and how the customers are used to this, but I usually don't charge, because it just makes my own work simpler if I see the lashes, and it depends also about the time and etc. Like years and years ago when I started, then I was all the time coloring the lashes up front. The reason was very simple. The glues didn't hold so well as they are holding nowadays, and also when after a couple of weeks the lash extensions started to fall off, then the difference wasn't so huge. The own lashes were still nicely black. So nowadays there are volume lashes, so it's fine if they are changing there, or the difference is not so huge anymore as it was years and years ago. So now when I want to do just this kind of very, very perfect job for some kind of a photo or something, then I usually color them up front as well. But in everyday life I don't color them. So those are those white patches, and then there are those kind of patches which are let's say those are pink ones. Some of them are light blue, and then you can use those for these cases when the lashes are very light and you don't want to color them. And let's be honest, some type of lashes which are white, the color doesn't even stick there. So in that case it would be nice. There is also existing this kind of black ones. I've never used them. The reason is that I have this kind of black silicone type of patches, which I'm going to show you in the end. Then there is this kind of collagen type of patches. I have used them rarely. I have used them a little bit when I have elderly customers the skin is a little bit thinner, needs this kind of more boost. Then I use this. They're usually very grateful, because it's not then gonna be just this eyelash treatment. Then it's something extra. They can also have this skin treatment for their skin under the eyes, so it makes this kind of softer, and And so far I have used only this for this kind of patches when the treatment is max 1 hour, not more. So with those there is only one thing, that you can't put them like very close to the eye. It has to be like a little bit more further away. And for that we have then those tapes. There is all different kind of tapes existing. From that bunch I have just one, what I use every day basically, which is like one of my favorite. So let's start with those tapes. This is the foam tape. Foam tape I usually use when I have a customer whose eyes won't close, because foam tape is a little bit thicker. So sometimes I'm like building there this type of like a wall from those tapes. It's very rare when the customer's eyes don't close like fully, but those customers are existing, and that's why I have like this kind of tape at my work, that I can like use this for them. Just be aware that it's a little bit more sticky, so it sticks to the skin. And when younger generation says that, yeah, it was like a massage when you took this tape away, then a little bit older generation might say that, yeah, it was like ripping, that you were like ripping this off, and it's like not nice. So if the person has a little bit like greasy skin, then it's also like fine to use this. So this is this type of tape. Then once it was my favorite. It's a silk tape. I was once working in a salon where I had this kind of very bright lights on top of my head, and then I couldn't use this because it was literally like reflecting the light back to me. So I was halfly like blind, that I just couldn't literally see my work. It was shining so much. But one of the very good things is this, that it's, as it is fabric, it's very soft. So sometimes when you put this tape in the corner of the outside corner of the eye, then it doesn't like push anywhere or hurt the eye. It's like very, very soft. It depends. Sometimes people have a little bit more like this kind of more gentle eyes then. So then this fabric type of silk tape was very excellent. Then we have this green tape. This is also meant for those type of lashes that if you have very, very light lashes, tape is pretty new. When you have this kind of light lashes, then you can use this green tape, and then you will see the customer's lashes like way better. It's like, I'm now waiting until this camera focuses, and then now it focuses. So it's also like easy to rip in pieces, so in that matter it's also like nice to use. Then we have here this kind of easy removal blue tape. This is also like well known. It's I usually like to use this tape when I lift customers' eyelids like a little bit higher, because I can like rip from here this kind of thin piece, and then I just can put it on the eye. This is also like very thin, and it's not so sticky. I do have to say one thing, that if I have this kind of lamp which is like very close to me and my customer. So in a way, it doesn't like matter which tape I use. It's basically the lamp is so close that it warms up also the tapes and warms up the person's customer's face and warms up everything. So basically it's like this, that no matter what tape I use, the glue goes so soft that it sticks to the eye very strongly. So if you have this kind of ring lamp, which is higher, which doesn't warm anything, then it's fine to use basically whatever tapes. But the warmer the room is, the softer the glue goes in between the customer's face and the material itself, and then it sticks to the skin. So try to find this kind of tape which is like suits for your salon. I can't even say that the tape which is the best. There is not a best tape actually. It's just that which suits for your salon and for your needs. The next tape is very usual fabric tape. Bought it from pharmacy, but for some reason it's like this, that it has tiny bit glue, so it kind of sticks to the skin, and on the other hand it doesn't stick to the skin. So in a way that you can apply this under the eye, but when you remove it, then it comes pretty easily comes off. So that is one of those kind of like surprise, but I was like very surprised when I found this tape. So nothing special, but bought from pharmacy. And then we have also another this kind of easy removal tape. And again, I'm saying this, that it's very I like this because it's like this kind of like rubberish, that is not the fabric. There is the tweezers don't get like stuck here, and it's easy to just take it, like rip it in the pieces. And again, it's very fine if I have this ring lamp. But as my lamp is very close to the face, so it warms up, and then that one is also like sticking very strongly in my case. So that one here, that's my favorite. I think that it's like the most simple tape ever, considering that all the others are like this kind of fancy, easy removal and all these kind of things. Then that one is just a plain, simple paper tape. And now that one is the only one which comes off very easily when it's like sticks to the skin, but when I start to remove it, it comes off easily. So, very simple paper tape. Nothing fancy. So I will quickly show you also those kind of materials. I use them only when I again teach my students. So I use them only to show which kind of possibilities there are that are this kind of what you can put under the eye. But they are a bit narrower, and I don't know, I like more the tapes, because tapes I can take into small pieces and then I can just apply them. But those are like in one piece. So and then there is this kind of similar shape, but they are like this kind of like stickers. So again, if the eye is very this kind of not round, then you can use this one. So I also promised that I'm gonna talk about the black silicons, what I have. And this is now, this, let's say this way, those are the patches which are saving me money. Years and years ago, when I started to do lashes, like 10 years ago, so then the patches were very, very expensive. So I'm gonna show you now old school way. And the old school way means this also, that even nowadays you can save the money with this type of patches. Those are reusable. On the package it says that you can use them 100 times, and they are meant for the coloring of the eyelashes. They are not meant to use them during the when you do the refill for the lash extensions. But I'm going to show you now how I use this. So basically, I'm going to draw you now some pictures, and we're going to save some money now. So basically it's like this. Your customer is coming to you. You wash the lashes first, and everything is nicely dried. Your customer opens the eye. There is a pretty, pretty eye. Okay. Corner of the eye, and you see a beautiful eye. Those are lower lashes. Those are upper lashes. And then I apply some kind of a softer cream or some kind of a mask, some kind of this kind of, not a liquid, but this more like creamy type of cream, let's say this way then, cream, which can be on the skin at least 2 hours, if not even more. Depends now what kind of lashes you are doing. If you do your volume lashes 3 hours, then it has to be this type of cream which can stay on the skin 3 hours. And I remember that this is the eye, and there is the skin which is around the eye. So basically I apply here some kind of this kind of softer cream. Let's imagine that we are using some kind of eye cream which is a little bit thicker, and we just apply this here, this kind of like thicker layer. Okay, and then I apply the silicone here. Very pretty. Now, as this silicone doesn't stick properly everywhere, even if there is some kind of and then on this, let's say that I have also colored the lashes black, then I just put this like a little bit further away from the eye, and then I use my favorite paper tape, and I apply the tape here. So the area where I work is white, the area where is this cream is black. So in the end, when I just and the area where the tape touches the skin is pretty narrow. So in a way that in the end, let's say that I put the tapes nicely here, customer closes the eye, I do my work, customer opens the eye again, or then eyes closed, I remove this tape and all this kind of silicones basically with one move. And then of course I clean the area from here as well. And I was working like this for years, because as I said, that 10 years ago patches were expensive, and I have to say that as those silicones are reusable, then you can use them at least 100 times, if not even more. The 100 times, the producer has told that the 100 times the silicone is attaching to the skin, but when you do the treatment, you don't need that it attaches to the skin. You just need that it's there and protects the eye. One of the reasons why I also like those silicones is this, that again, 10 years ago, back at the old times, the tweezers, when I was doing mainly the classicals as well, the tweezers were sharper. So the tweezers didn't go through this so easily. Like I have had this kind of like needle type of tweezers which were like sharp. So I was just a little bit scared also that those tweezers will go through the patches and will hurt the customer. But with those I wasn't worried so much. So in the end, when you just remove it, you will also take those tapes off, and then you sanitize this, you clean this, and then you can use this next time again. So if you have any questions, feel free to post them for me. In the next video, as I said, I'm gonna show how to apply those patches and tapes then on the customer in a safe way. That because a lot of people have this kind of how to say, different eyes. Some of them are more shaky, some of them are more watery, and then you just have to know how to approach to every customer. Your loyal customers you already know, but when the customer is coming first time, then how to do this way that for both the work would be like nice and easy and pleasant. So feel free to ask, subscribe to my channel, and then you will see also more of these kind of videos. Thank you.